Okay, let's start in on our back, if you would, please. And I will guide us through a little, it's a form of nidra. Nidra's got a couple different ways. Just to relax our body, I'm going to take you through some points, some marma points, really, if you know what they are. They're like acupuncture points on your body that are, as soon as you bring them into your awareness, when you hear me say, for example, the tip of your nose, you'll just take your awareness there. And the idea is, as soon as you bring your consciousness or awareness to that point, it begins to relax. So that's our efforts to relax that. So be comfortable. If you need to bend your knees, or if you'd like to sit in Supta Baddha Konasana with your soles of your feet together, knees out, you can put some blocks under. You can move too in this, but best not to. It won't take us very long. But just to kind of tune into our body, just to arrive here in this space and find connection to ourselves. So first, a few cleansing breaths, big inhale, and then out the mouth, exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Breath in, exhale out, and 1 more time, big inhale, and exhale. Now bring your awareness to the crown of the head. Bring your awareness to the third eye center, to your right eye, to your left eye, to the tip of your nose, your lips, the tip of your chin, right ear, left ear, to the throat center, to the heart center, to your right shoulder, right bicep, right inner elbow, right inner wrist, right thumb, right index finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, right pinky finger, to the center of the palm of the hand, right side, to the right outside wrist, right outside elbow, right tricep, right shoulder, the heart center, left shoulder, left bicep, left inner elbow, left wrist, left thumb, left index, left middle finger, left ring finger, left pinky finger, to the center of the palm of the left hand, the outside, the left wrist, back of the left elbow, left tricep, left shoulder, to the heart center, to the solar plexus, to the pubic bone, to the right hip bone, the right thigh, the right kneecap, the right shin, the right ankle, the top of the right foot, right big toe, right second toe, right middle toe, right fourth toe, right pinky, to the bottom of the right foot, the right Achilles heel, the right calf, the back of the right knee, the right hamstrings, the right sit bone, the tailbone, the sacrum, the left sit bone, the left hamstring, the back of the left knee, the left calf, the left Achilles heel, the bottom of the left foot, the left pinky, the left fourth toe, the left middle toe, the left second toe, the left big toe, the top of the left foot, the left ankle, the left shin, the left kneecap, the left thigh, the left hip bone, to the pubic bone, to the solar plexus, to the heart center, to the throat, to the third eye, to the crown. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Feel all these little openings and these various points that we've awakened in our consciousness, as if the whole body could breathe through these openings. As you take another big inhale, let it exhale through these points all the way out. Breath in, and then exhale out. Again, breathe in and breath out. And fold your hands together at heart center and take a moment to set your intention for the practice. This is an important part of the practice as it helps direct the consciousness to serve you in its highest way. So something to support your purpose, your potential. I like to use I am statements. I am ready, I am patient, I am courageous, I am open, I am worthy. Whatever is calling to you from your soul self, set that for the mind to run in the hamster wheel while you practice. It helps to cut a new groove, a new thought pattern that's more nourishing than some of the typical repetition that we run through our mind stuff. And then once you set that intention, go ahead and stretch yourself long. Take your arms overhead. Zip up the inner thighs by bringing the feet together. And then stretch a little longer. Point and flex the toes. Feel the length in your beautiful body. And then hug the knees into your chest. And as you hold on to those shin tops, then begin to circle around to massage your low back into the ground. This feels really nice on our sacral joints that are often inflamed. And then maybe the other rotation, if you haven't already, just take it in that counterintuitive flow. And then take a couple roly-polies until you get a good one right up into seated, coming all the way up. And then once you're up, let's bring our hands to prayer position. Take a moment to look around the room to one another and give each other a little smiley face, a little appreciation for coming together in class. It's nice to just smile. And in the very back corner is Olivia. She's in our yoga teacher training, and they have a certain amount of requirements they have to fulfill. Observing classes is one of them. So she's observing me, not you. I just always like to introduce. We'll come into a little bit of singing now. So this helps to open our heart field just a little bit more. And whenever the weather shifts, and it's been kind of a funky little May, you get these little bursts of sunshine and then cloudy, rainy, and then the smoke is just ominous and weird and kind of wreaks havoc on our moods a little bit. And to just kind of part the clouds and get above the smoke and a little higher perspective, singing. Singing lifts you up and out. So we'll sing a little bit this afternoon to bring that energy in of openness, joy. And the one I want to sing is to Shiva. And if you're not familiar with the deities in the yoga tradition, Shiva represents being in your highest way. When you can get that 30,000-foot view of things, the higher perspective of something. And so often we need it and we don't really want it. We like to stay down in our opinion and our perspective. So let it lift you up and maybe you see a bigger picture. If you're not familiar with chanting, don't worry about it. You'll catch the words quite easily. They're not too hard, even though they are in Sanskrit. Just give your best effort. Take a breath in, big breath out. Inhale to sing. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. One more. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. I'm going to take 3 ohms all together. The first ohm to bring peace into our physical bodies. Take a breath in. Then slide your palms to your third eye center. This Om for peace in your thoughts and in your emotions. Take another inhale. And then palms back to the heart center. This Om for peace in your soul. Big inhale. Bow your head towards your heart and remind yourself of the intention you just said a few moments ago. We're going to keep that on repeat. As I said, kind of spinning it in the hamster wheel. Then we'll slowly open our eyes, come to, we're in seated, hands to the top of our knees, and bring yourself through a seated cat-cow. The inhale will look up, and the exhale rounds and curls back in, and you're pulsing your spine back and forth, playing with its curvature, and trying to get into some parts that maybe don't always round, like your thoracic spine. So when you pull your heart through, bring those shoulder blades together. And then when you round, pull the shoulder blades apart. And then also keeping awareness of your lumbar spine. Are you pressing through it? And then pulling it in, just letting it all loosen up. And then come into neutral. We're going to take some circular rotation now, like you're spiraling. Root down through the sit bones. Anchor yourself into the planet. And then about now, pause and go the other rotation. Trying to get the spine to open up first. We like to start with loosening the spine. And then we'll come into neutral position. Take your wings out to the side and go all the way up to the sky. And then cascade down in front, keeping your sit bones anchored. This is a stretch for the low back. Head dangles between the arms. Take a breath in and a big breath out. Letting go. One more time here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now hand over hand, make your way over to your left side. I'm opposite direction. Keep that right sit bone anchored and then pull a little more to the left so you can open up your side rib cage. Breathe in and breathe out. Hand over hand, pass center all the way over to the other side. And then same thing, left sit bone anchors while right side or the left hand reaches so you can stretch the left rib cage. Take another inhale and exhale. Then hand over hand back to center. Push up to a neutral position. Take your hands behind you. Bring the shoulder heads back and the elbows back, chin to the sky. The fingertips point away from you. And then open up the throat chakra. So there's a little subtleness to that opening nidra when you just take your awareness to all those points in your body. The prana follows wherever you take your awareness. So prana is life force energy. So without even moving our body, we activated it. Then come into neutral. We'll swing our legs around to behind, come into all fours, tabletop position. And then move into your cat-cow again. You'll have a little more range of motion from this position than you did from seated. So let the movement get a little bit bigger. The inhale looks up, and the exhale tucks and curls in. And you go back and forth. Camping right now in Golden, and we've been to Clear Creek there, tubing ever, or even just walking along the river. The river is flowing. It is so full. And it makes me happy to see that. and the sound of it. We're right next to it on Clear Creek. And it makes me remember how important it is for us to be near water. It doesn't have to be the ocean. It could actually be your bathtub. And then come into neutral position. Take the right foot back behind you, pulse back and forth. Because water has a cleansing element to it. I mean, of course, literally, if you get in the bathtub and scrub down, you're going to get clean. But even if you don't get in the river, there's something very purifying about being near it without having to be in it. Now come to neutral, float the right foot, take that left hand out. And same with the rains that are coming down. I've been talking about the weather a lot. We're balancing. This is bird dog. Hang in there. Take everything 1 inch higher and then take it out to the sides. So right foot goes right, left hand goes left. And then take all that 1 inch higher and 1 inch forward. Breath in, breath out, then float it back around to bird dog, and then bend right knee, reach back and grab onto the foot with left hand. Kick the foot into the hand, look up to the sky, breath in, breath out. Set that down. Cat cow again, inhale, looks up, exhale, texting, curls in, back to neutral, left foot goes back, knee pulse back and forth. So we sat beside the river and put our feet in. It's ice cold, really cold, which is great. And just let everything flow into the river. We went through a little meditation of just decharging ourselves from worries, fears. Now float left, float right hand, get bird dog settled, a little higher, and then out to the sides. So that's a tough one. Try to get that left foot a little bit higher and a little bit more forward. And then take it around forward and back, bird dog again. Get steady and then bend left knee, reach back, grab onto that foot with right hand, kick the foot into the hand bow, open the heart, look up if you can. Breath in, set it down. Throw the toes under, bum to the sky, downward facing dog. The Lakota have a name for water that I love. It's Miniwachoni, and it translates to mean water is life. And then it makes you think, how much of our life do we spend in that kind of purification place? I mean, we're always loading up, accumulating, taking in, not so much on the purge and purifying and cleansing. Take another inhale and then walk forward. Until we hit a point of too much and then we're like, oh, I got to detox. That's dangerous. A little bit in the knees. But it's not our way of life to keep ourselves kind of purged and cleansed and purified. Point of too much that comes in. Now let that head shake out. Some yeses and nos, lefts and rights. There's a little hold on the opposite elbows that will create a little more traction in that thoracic vertebra. Let gravity do the work. A little bend in your knees. Take another breath in and a breath out. Then let go of the elbows and let your wings hang, and then eventually wide sweep all the way up. And when you get to the top, and release the fingers, turn the palms to the sky and stretch up. Lengthen. Take a breath in, and slide the hands back to your heart center. Close the eyes. Remind yourself of your intention. So maybe, with all these rains that have been coming, the river's flowing high. I mean, I know it's the time of year that always happens. But tune in to what nature is saying to us. And maybe ask yourself, what do I need to purge, cleanse, purify, let wash down, wash away, let go of? What am I clinging to? What am I super attached to? Take a breath in. Release the hands on the breath out. Take a wide sweep to the sky all the way up. Dive through center, little bend in the knees, forward fold. Back into the inversion here, blood flowing to the brain. Take a breath in and breath out. Now half lift, flatten out the back. And pause here, try to really get into this. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening the spine as best you can. You're not tucking your chin at all, you're just looking straight down. One more inhale. Now fold again with all that extra length. See if there's a little more depth to the fold that you can get. Maybe grab behind your calves and pull yourself in more. And then plant the hands. Right foot goes all the way back. Maybe you have your blocks under your hands for a little extra space between the thigh and your chest, and then pulse in and out. Warming up that left hamstring, right flexor. And then pull that left leg a little straighter, square off. And dangles. This morning it was 100% chance of rain at 10 o'clock in Golden, which didn't happen. There's 100% chance of rain. I mean, but you couldn't tell because there was so much smoke. You couldn't tell if it was rain clouds above it or if it was just smoky. So we weren't sure what was coming. Now lunge back in, turn that right foot to a 90-degree angle and come on up to your warrior two. Wings are out. But I started thinking about the duality that's at play, the rain and then the smoke, which is the fires. So you have fire and water, like two of our most transformational elements that we have. So when I think about the fires, take a breath in and sink a little deeper. If water is to represent purification and cleansing, what's the fire for us? Now straighten out the left leg, bring the hands to heart center, connect to your intention, then push back out, warrior two. Then flip the palms to the sky and reach up. Traditionally, it's for transformation, scissor cut through. And then fan your own flames. Reach back up and reach. Fanning our flames to get our own fire started for transformation. So the universe is giving us the reins and saying purify, cleanse, purge, and then find your passion. Fire things up. And then come in to warrior two. And then flip the palm of the left hand so you can reach overhead for reverse warrior. Keep that left knee lunge. Right hand dangles down or hooks to low back. Breath in and breath out. Pull back up to your warrior two, straighten left leg, hands to heart center, connect to your intention. Is your intention helping you on either one of those? The fire for transformation or the water for cleansing and purification? Take a breath in, sink a little deeper for warrior two on the breath out. A full breath in and now side angle pose. Forearm on that thigh, right arm reaches to the front, nice long stretch. Keep that left knee lunge. Push the back of the mat away with the right foot. Breath in and breath out. Good. Inhale pulls you up, warrior two, and let's fan those flames again. So flip the palms, reach up, straighten out left leg, touch the hands, scissor cut through. And just imagine that you're stoking your own fire. And then come back into warrior two. Straighten out that left leg. Take a full breath in and reach out as far forward as you can. And then take it into Trikonasana. Right hand goes to the sky. Left hand goes to the shin or the block. Maybe ankle, maybe floor. Pull right side body back a little bit more, including that right hip. Head drops back. Breath in and breath out. Put a bend in the left knee. Inhale pulls you up. Warrior two. Look out to the left hand and step up to the top of the mat. Samasthiti. We go internal and we just marinate with our intention. The water and the fire, of course, when they come together, is steam. Steam is lush, and we like to sit in those steam rooms because they kind of purify also. So to me, the universe is saying, transform and purify yourself. Everybody, get on it. Just make an offering of your practice today to help facilitate that in whatever way it shows up for you. Maybe it's coming into awareness of what it is that could use some transformation or purification, or maybe come up with the how, or the where, or the when, or the why. But just letting your mind absorb that consciousness. Bring it into all those little points in your body that we opened up at the beginning. Take a breath in, release the hands on the breath out. Wide sweep to the sky, all the way up. Dive through center, all the way through forward fold. Taking that half lift again, we're trying to really careen out there and lengthen that spine as best we can. Pull the shoulders back, crown of the head pulls forward, breath in, fold again with all that good length. Plant your hands, left foot goes all the way back. Big lunge, hands on either side, maybe on the blocks, and pulse now that right leg in and out. Opening up the hamstring on the right and the hip flexor on the left. Head hangs. And pull the right leg a little longer, just to stretch it out, square the hips, breath in, and breath out. Come back to your lunge. The back foot turns down to that 90-degree angle, or warrior two foot, and up you come. For warrior two, our wings go out. We sink into the right knee. Take a big breath in. Soften your shoulders on the breath out. Good job, everybody. Straighten out the right leg. Bring your hands to heart center. Push back out to warrior two. Flip the palm of the right hand, our reverse warrior again. So we reach back. Keep the right knee lunge. That back hand can go to low back or dangle down the backside of your leg. Breathe in. Little more reach on the breath out. Good. Pull back up. Warrior two. Straighten right leg. Hands to heart center. Connect in. So there's a quote from Rumi, the Sufi poet. He says, who's fanning your flames? Who's fanning your flames? And is it serving you? Take a breath in, and we push out warrior two. Flip the palms to the sky, straighten out, touch the hands overhead, and then fan your own flames. Reach up, then scissor cut through. And just let your whole body kind of get expressive here. Your wings can take their full wingspan. That nice lunge, dipping deep, cutting low, and then land it in your warrior two. With the palm of the right hand for reverse warrior. Breath in, we already did this. Breath out, pull back up to warrior two. Tick tock in that right foot, little rest at the side of the mat. Sorry. Feel how beautiful you are. And then what needs to shed? What do you need to let go? What's an albatross hanging on you? A habit, an addiction, a friend, or seeming friend, a person, sometimes a relative. Oh my goodness. Take a breath in. Turn it back out to your warrior two. Full breath in, side angle pose this time. Forearm on our thigh, left arm reaches to the front. Full inhale, push the back of the mat with the left foot as you pull forward with the left hand. One more, inhale and exhale. Pull back up to your warrior two, straighten out that front leg, hands to heart center. You connect to your intention. And then you push back out to warrior two. And again, we fan the flames. Flip the palms, reach up, touch, and then scissor cut through. Take a few of those. It's nice to get our arms over our head. This helps stimulate the vagal nerve, helps us hit rest and digest. Land in warrior two. Straighten out the right leg. Reach out as far forward as you can. Tip it on down to Trikonasana. Left hand to the sky, right hand goes to the shin, ankle, block, perhaps. Pull that whole left side body back a little bit more. Maybe gaze up, you don't have to. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice job. Bend that right knee. Inhale, pulls you up. Look out to the right hand, step up to standing. Samasthiti. Go internal again. And then just tune in. You move the body and new things come into your awareness. What do you need to cleanse and purify? Sometimes we don't have to completely, take the scissors and cut it all out. Sometimes it just needs polished. It needs to be loved on a little bit. Sometimes we just need to let it go. I'm terrible about purging in my own belongings. I look in my closet and there's things in there from 1985 that I wore my senior year of high school. And I'm never going to get back into them again. They just have a fond memory, nostalgia. Let it go. Somebody else can enjoy it. Why hang on to things that we don't need? Take a breath in. Release the hands on the breath out. Wide sweep to the sky. Dive through center. All the way through. Forward, forward. Top foot, flatten out your back. Fold back in. Plant your hands. Both feet go back. High plank. Shoulders over wrist. Press to the heels. Take a breath in. Breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Stay strong. Inhale. Then lower down. Knees, chest, chin. And then pull up and through for your cobra. You rise up, pull the shoulder heads back. Breathe in. Snake down, down. Do two more. Inhale, rise up, shoulders back. And last time, inhale, rise. Curl the toes under and back down dog. Head hangs, pedal the feet. If you put a little bend in your knees and then press your chest towards your thighs, you'll stretch the low back a little more. Or you can straighten the legs fully a little more into the hamstrings and calves and just kind of see the difference. Maybe start with the bend, press in deep, and then straighten out. Another breath in and exhale. Right leg goes to the sky. Reach it all the way up. Take a knee to nose tuck through center. Go back up high. And then tap that right elbow. Go back up high. And bring it through across if you can to the left. Back up high. And then we'll bring it all the way up and through for low lunge. Steady in the low position and take a strong rise up into crescent lunge. So balance. Take your time. Square off the hips. Reach up. Sometimes we hold on to things because we're coming from a place of scarcity or lack, fear of not having enough. Bring into heart center, and then we end up having no room for the things we do need. Weights in that right foot. When you're ready, launch and take off to warrior three. We want to make sure there's room for the things in our life that are going to help us on our path. Take a breath in, and when we hold on to that fear of scarcity, lack, not having enough, we perpetuate the problem. We call that in. Breathe in, breathe out, bend right knee, hands to the floor, head dangles, left leg goes higher. Standing splits. And then Walk your hands back a little bit more towards your toes. Maybe take left leg a little higher. You don't have to. Right hand to right ankle. And if you're up for it, go out on a limb. Test those fears. Test your balance. Breath in. Breath out. Good. Plant your hands. Giant step back to a warrior 1 foot. So 45-degree angle. And you square off, just like in crescent lunge. Even though that left foot is pulling that left hip out, you try to resist and pull right hip back, left hip forward. Reach up tall, our shoulders same, we want to square them. Breathe in, and then cactus it out. Look up to the sky. And then wingspan wide, head drops back, your heart's wide open, that feels good. Interlace the hands behind your back. Drop the wrist towards the floor, chin to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Release the hands. Bring them back up to the sky. Take a breath in. Hands back to heart center. Rotate onto the ball of that back foot again. A twist. Left elbow to the outside edge of right knee. Hands to center line best you can. Wingspan wide if you'd like. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slow and steady, back around to the front. Reach up tall to the sky. Hands to heart center. Left foot's going to be meet right foot in a chair. Booty down, arms up. Take a breath in. Big breath out. One more here. Inhale. Come to standing. Samasthiti to heat. Pause for a moment. Then shift the weight into the right foot. Put a bend in the left knee. Reach back with left hand and grab onto that left ankle. Super glue the knees together, right hand to the sky. Take a breath in, and then begin to kick the foot into the hand as you tip forward. Into dancer, sorry. Breath in, breath out, maybe a little more forward. Breath in, come out the way you went into it. Rise back up, set that left foot down, roll out right ankle. And then just shake it all off. Get it out. Cleanse, let go, detach. And then come back into neutral. Find steady. Turn the palms out. Find your heart place. Listen to what your soul says in those quiet moments. Maybe you have something coming up in the back of your mind of, I really do need to let go of blank. Go with it. That's why we get on our mat, so we can get real with ourselves and hear the truth. So try not to talk yourself out of it. Take a breath in. Release the hands on the breath out. Wide sweep to the sky. Dive through center all the way through, forward fold, half lift, flatten out. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, both feet go back tightly. Full inhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Bring it on through, rise up, cobra, take a full inhale. Snake sound down. Take another one, rise up, shoulders back. And last time you push up, pull the shoulders back, breathe in, snake sound down. Throw the toes under, push up and back, down dog. And play around in this one again. You can bend those knees and press the chest towards the thighs. Maybe straighten the heels down towards the ground. The body's opening up. Tune into what it says when the energy's flowing. Let the river, left leg goes up high. Reach it to the sky. Take a knee to nose touch through center. Back up high. Then you bring it to that left elbow. Take it back up high. Cross it to the right. Back up high. Step it all the way up and through. Low lunge, steady low, strong rise, crescent lunge. Take your time.
Notice we want our hips square to the front. So the left hip's drawing back, right hip forward. Reach up. Breath in. Hands to heart center. Weight goes into the left foot. As you're ready, you'll launch off into your warrior three again. Floating this time the right foot behind you. Get yourself steady on that right leg. Breath in. Big breath out. One more time, then bend left knee. Hands come to the ground, head dangles, right foot goes up high. Hands are under our shoulders. Press through that right foot. Walk hands back towards toes, a little deeper in. You can bend the left knee as much as you need. Maybe left hand to left ankle. Maybe go out on that limb again. Right foot a little higher if you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. Then a giant step back for your warrior one. Landing gear down. That back foot's a 45-degree angle. And again, we're squared off to the front. Reach up tall. Take a breath in and then cactus the arms out, look up. Then T-shape. Head drops back more. Then interlace the hands behind low back. Drop the wrist down, chin up. Then back up to warrior one, and that rotation, hands to heart center, and you go back onto the ball of that back foot and our twist. Right elbow to the outside edge of left knee. Hands to center line, best you can. Breathe in. Wingspan wide if you can, breath out. Again, inhale and exhale. Slow and steady back around to the front. You're going to take a chair at the top of the mat. So right foot meets left foot. Booty down, arms up. Take a breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Come to standing. Good job. Weight goes into the left foot. Put a bend in right knee. Reach back. Same side hand to same side foot. Super glue the knees together. Left hand to the sky. When you're ready, you kick the foot into the hand. Bow forward, dancer pose. Try to take that right knee a little higher if you can. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale, come back out, the way you went in. Set it down, Samasthi Tahi, and then shake it all off. One more time, get loose. And then come back into neutral, kind Tadasana. Mountain pose. So you got kind of serious because there's a lot to focus on in that series. Go internal and see what's kind of chiseling off, what's begging to be released, what wants to be thrown into the fire and transformed or washed down the river and taken to the sea. Something that you're clinging to that you really don't need. And just imagine that you're a little bit freer for letting it go. A little closer to who you are without it attaching to you. Breath in, release the hands on the breath out. Wide sweep to the sky, all the way up, and a dive through center, all the way through forward fold. Half lift, flatten out. And then you fold back in. Plant your hands, right foot goes back, and left foot's going to hook into pigeon. So it just crosses over to that right side. You get in the saddle, open your heart, and then come on down, sleeping pigeon. We try to get our whole self down there. So go in stages. Maybe you hit those elbows, forearms first. Let your body acclimate to this deeper hip opener. But then if you can, let your heart come down and your forehead come down and really melt. Purging, letting go, cleansing. And letting it be just a natural part of the process instead of storing up, and then taking that big 3-day cleanse that we do. And we usually do that after we've been pretty decadent. We've had some big weekends where we're drinking and partying or go to a few festivals and load up, and then all of a sudden we're like, ugh, I need to cleanse and purify. Well, what if we just did this on a daily check-in of what we need to let go of? And it's not just the cheeseburgers and the bottles of wine that build up. It's our emotional toxins that are really the things that are getting us. The resentments, the bitterness, the jealousies, the insecurities, the grief, the loneliness, the depression. You gotta cleanse it. You gotta transform that energy. That left hip's probably talking about now you want to get out, but this is where you hit the threshold where the real work begins. So just take a few more breaths and really let it open up. Inhale. The breath is purifying. Exhale. Think of it as the cleanser. Inhale. Exhale. We had a little marma point there in the beginning meditation. Your body's like a sieve after that. Just let it breathe. And then slide your hands back under your shoulders. You press up. Now, before coming out of pigeon, put a bend in that right knee and reach back with the right hand and grab onto the foot and draw the foot in towards your bum. And if you'd like, take left hand to the sky and balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Release it all out. Plant your hands, and now we'll push back together. Pedal that out. Woo! Wiggle your booty. Let your little doggy tail wag. Feels good. Now we'll get the other side. So left leg goes up high. Reach it up, and this one just swoops in for pigeon. So you let that up, sorry, gotta do the other side. Right leg goes up high. We don't need two left hips. Right leg goes up and swoop in for pigeon on this side. There you go. Get in the saddle. That looking up helps you drop down into that pelvic floor a little more. And then you come down and you slide into it phase by phase. Maybe it's the forearms at first. Let that right hip open up. And then maybe you can slide your heart down and your forehead down. And we tune in again. Whole different side. What does the right side tell you? Interestingly enough, the main channels in your body, at least in Ayurveda, like in Chinese medicine, we call them meridians, these energy lines. In yoga or Ayurveda, we call them nadis, N-A-D-I, and that's the word for river. They're energy rivers, and you have 72,000 rivers of energy that run through your body, or so say the yogis. And of those 72,000, there's a main one that goes from the crown of the head to the root, and it's called Sushumna Nadi. It's the big one. It's like the Mississippi or the Ganges. And then there's two secondary powerhouse rivers, Ida and Pingala, and one is on the right and one is on the left. And they're your masculine river and your feminine river. Right now, masculine river is talking to you. The solar channel, the yang to the yin. What does it say? This is Pingala. And you just listen and you take the wise wisdom from your high self, that Shiva consciousness that we sang to at the beginning. You take that big perspective. It's always there when we need it. We just don't listen to it. Maybe while you're on your mat, you carve out time to listen to your soul. Another breath in. Exhale out. And Slide your hands back under your shoulders. We'll gently press up. Open our heart to the sky. Remember, we're doing that quad stretch. So bend left knee, reach around with left hand. Draw that foot in. Maybe balance on this side. Right hand to the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then we'll release it down. Plant your hands. And again to down dog to pedal out that right leg. Make it even with left. Wag your little doggy tail. Get it all out. And then come on down to your knees. Take child's pose. Knees go wide. Toes touch behind. Press your bum towards your heel. Crawl your fingertips out in front. Forehead to the mat if you can. Breath in and breath out. And just slither forward onto your belly, coming all the way out into supine position. Stretch your arms clear out in front, far out as they can, tops of the feet on the ground, and just rest. This is called Pranam Danda. Super good for just purging. We go lay on the earth in this and we say, take the poisons, compost them to something useful. Let it kind of pull out of you. Surrender them. Another breath in and breath out. And then a little roll to the side so you can flip on over sunny side up. Doesn't matter which way you roll. You'll wind up on your back. Slide your heels close to your bum. I want to slip in one little heart opener before we come into twist and shavasana. Set up for bridge pose. Slide your heels close to your bum. Press the heels, then lift the hips, and then interlace fingers underneath the bum and tuck one shoulder then the other. So you have a kickstand at the back of the heart. Squeeze a beach ball between the knees, point the chin to the sky, and lift your hips even higher. Breath in, breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale, last one, give it all you got, lift, 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 good, and then slide back down, move the hands out of the way, pull the shoulders out from under. Hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a well-deserved hug. And that same little holding on to the tops of our shins and rotating around, especially after that back bend. And then dead bug. Pull down, flatten out the spine, tuck the chin. Good. And then release the hold. Bring the right knee into your chest and put the left leg long to the ground. Extra good squeezy to that right side. Both feet flexed. Maybe a little squeezy of the thigh into that side belly to help massage the liver. And then shoot your hips to the right, drop the knee to the left, cactus or T, that right arm and loop right. And 3 deep breaths again, inhale and exhale. Soften everything on those exhales. Go again, fill up on the inhale, and then let it go on the exhale. And one more time, breath in and breath out. Come on out of the twist. Point the right leg up high to the sky. Draw a line all the way down. Good job, yogis. Left knee comes in. Bless you. Squeeze in tight. And then shoot the hips to the left. And drop the knee to the right. Cactus or T, the left arm. And look left. This is that rinsing and wringing out of the unnecessary. Breath in, exhale, and one more. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Come on out of that twist. Point the left leg up high. Draw a line all the way down. If there are any other poses you would like to take before we come to final rest, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, set yourself up for Shavasana. You just let yourself lay back,
can take up as much space as you need because there's plenty of room. I like to be like the Vitruvian man and kind of spread out there. Maybe a little weight on your belly to ground you with your blanket or a bolster. And then just imagine your Shavasana practice is the purification. You're getting that divine light, much like the river flowing. This is light consciousness moving through you. Your time coming back into your body's little wiggles on the fingers and toes. And then eventually you can make your way into that nice long stretch with your arms overhead. Again, point and flex the toes, lengthen all the way out. It feels good to open up. Even though our rest in Shavasana is brief, when you can dip into the other side of the veil for even a moment, it's timeless. And you draw that infinite energy, even if it's a brief second, into your now time. And then hug your knees to your chest and give yourself a well-deserved hug. You worked hard, made it to your mat. Roll to your side in fetal position, pause for a moment, connect to your intention. This is the best time to continue working with it after the class, into your evening, when everything is in alignment, mind, body, and spirit. So push back up into seated, coming around to the front, bringing that intention into your awareness, holding your hands together at prayer, eyes closed just a moment longer. Close with one more song. This one's in English. If you don't know it, you'll catch on quickly. The river is flowing. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale to sing. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Oh, mother, carry me. Your child I will always be. Oh, mother, carry me down to the sea. And an Om all together to close the practice. Another breath in. Bow your head towards your heart. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. If you get a chance to get to some water, go down to the river. Watch it. It's flowing and growing. The Platte in our own backyard is cray right now. I mean, it's abundant. It's good. But there's something about just sitting next to it, you feel washed. Trust. It's good. All right, have a good one.
Do you guys camp in any?
Real camping places besides the local ones
that's
downtown?
I just wondered if you would do it in any weather.
Yeah, we will. In fact, the one that we're at now, we're going to do in the winter. Yeah, but I mean, we're glamping really.
You can't.
I